Welcome to Rugby Park, where we're with two Kilmarnock legends this afternoon who need no introduction, the elder statesmen of the squad. And if we can move on with the standard questions, but this time we'll ask them about their whole Kilmarnock experience, not just about the current squad. So guys, who's the most determined and passionate player that you have played with during your Killie careers?
Mine would be Ali Mitchell, I would say.
Super Ali.
Yep, Super Ali.
James?
I'd probably say or maybe Mark Riley as well. There was two players, Gary Holt, people that were in the first team when I was kind of a youngster, kind of led by example I think, and they were winners, so maybe something like that.
Okay. Who's been the biggest poser that you've encountered?
I'd say Danny Larkey.
Aye, biggest posers, aye, like even, I mean we've been here 30 odd years between us, and Danny's definitely the biggest poser we've ever came across.
Of all the players you played with, who's had the flashiest car?
I think Killie's just got some flash Mercedes. It's like 6.3 litre engine or something like that. You can hear it before you see it, so I would probably say him.
Probably Killie, that's I turned up at training last week and I just heard this noise and started looking up the way, thinking it was a helicopter landing. It was Killie driving it.
Okay, we heard that one from James Dayton about the car. So, of all the guys you've played with, who's been the healthiest player?
Looking after herself, healthiest.
I think it's hard because you only see people at the club. You're not sure what they do away from.
Alan Russell was quite.
He was quite.
Alan Russell used to come in, you know, with like dry tuna rolls and you know this. He used to have a plastic tub and beetroot in it and just all these various different things.
Maybe Liam Kelly as well. There's a few boys that stayed with him like before a game in the hotel, and he's turned up with like a tin of tuna and just had that the night before, and different bits and pieces that were a bit strange. So probably Liam Kelly for me.
Okay. Can I ask you about the managers that you've worked under? Who's been the most influential for you?
I think like all the managers I've worked under have had an influence. I couldn't say I could pick out one because I think you take something for every manager that comes in, whether it's good or bad. You know, obviously when I first came in, James as well, it'd be Bobby who was the manager. You know, and Bobby, we both gave us our opportunity and he was a good man to work under. And then Jim was here for a long time, and you know, Jim was good as well with you. And he had your good and your bad moments with Jim, you know, but he was a good person underneath, and you know, he had a drive and a will to make you win and give you that sort of will to win. You know, I think, so you take everything, you take a lot of things from the various managers. I think the most enjoyable for me personally would probably when Mixus came in with the gaffer, and just the style of football that he wanted to put in place as a player is something that, you know, you really enjoy trying to play, because it's challenging and it's attractive. So that was sort of my answer there with that.
My next question was, who was the most fun to play under? So was it Mixu?
The most fun, don't know, I think you only enjoy yourself when you're winning. So it's whoever, you know, if you're winning then they were all great to play under, but if you were losing none of them were good to play under.
Who was the grumpiest at times?
I'll let Jamie answer that one.
It's a cop-out.
That's hard because I would say for me, probably Paul Williamson giving me a start. It's hard when you're a young boy and you're kind of looking for a pro contract, so probably getting that start. And then I played a lot under Jim Jeffries as well, spent a lot of time here. And as I say, I think when Mixes came in, he's kind of made me and Hooky better players as well. I think he's improved the whole squad, and along with the gaff, obviously he's kind of continued that as well. So it's, as I say, everybody's kind of had their positive impact on us for one reason or another. Jim Jeffries was scary. I can remember.
I think at the worst, Jim was the cabbiest.
It was my fault. We lost a goal at Dundee United late in the game. I kind of gave the ball away. I tried to keep it back till we lost possession, and they put it in the box. And at Dundee United, you kind of walked in. There's a slope, and then there's like a little tunnel. You go down, and as I'm coming off the pitch, I could just see him standing at the tunnel waiting on me, and I thought, oh no. He basically dragged me, I think, and threw me in the change room because he was that mad. But I think the managers, they all want to win, and they all have their grumpy moments and their kind of lose it. But I would really say for me that one occasion was the closest I've been getting done under a manager.
Right, okay. You've seen a change in technology as well, with tweeting and Facebooks and things. So who is most addicted to their mobile phone?
I would say Danny Raki for Facebook and creeping on single girls and probably married girls actually as well. But there's a few that, like Pascal, he loves tweeting as well, especially when Chiara's not here. He's very very active on Twitter when she's in Italy or something like that, away with the kids. But
Danny's lost.
I would say Danny.
Actually had bans from Facebook for adding too many girls to Facebook.
You get like a 3-day ban and stuff, so that's...
Why Facebook?
I've never heard of that in my life before. Called Danny. Done till, you know, that's just shows you the levels of creepiness that Danny's got in him.
So who's the biggest joker you've ever played with?
There's been a right few over the years, it really has. Obviously when Ian Durant and McCoy's were here, that was a real fun time. You know, they were like in a heart and soul of the dressing room.
What sort of things did they get up to?
Nothing like, they were just, you know, it was just constant banter rather than, you know, setting people's hair on fire and stuff like that. Nothing like that, but it was just constant banter with the whole squad. And you know, with along the name there was guys there like young Jim Laughlin, who was really loud and funny. You know, Mark Roberts as well. When I was a young boy coming through, like Marco was here, and you know, Mark was just on a different scale, to be honest, just a daftness. For MD I've ever came across. Andy McLaren as well. You know, I'd hate to have seen Andy McLaren when he was drinking, honestly, because you know, he's a clean sober person, he was mental. So I dread to think what he must have been like when he was on alcohol.
What about you, James?
Probably the same. As I say, I was a young boy and you've gone on team nights out and stuff, and some of the sights that you've seen happen, you would think they would get arrested for things if the police seen them or people seen them, but it was good. Say it opens up your eyes.
It's a good job Facebook and Twitter weren't there about in those days.
Really?
Because the dressing room's really changed over the last 5-6 years. Really changed massively.
Because of Facebook and Twitter?
Well, no. The professionalism in the game as well. It's far more professional, isn't it? And, you know, it's totally changed over the...
There's a few stories about the eating habits of Steve Fulton and Alan Mitchell. Were those stories true about...
I thought Billy was alright, but I'm not sure. I mean, James travelled with filters.
I don't know about his eating habits, it's now just his smoking habits. And have a couple of cigarettes in the car on the way to train and stuff, but obviously he maybe had that to kind of deal with his weight as well, the thing with just his size, but I'm trying to think. Obviously currently there's kind of Nels is a bit of a joke on that in the change room, and Gary Harkin as well, as you see with their blue and white beards at the minute as well. They're always up for a laugh.
So whose idea was the blue and white beards?
I think they go somewhere every Friday to get like a
some beard shop
to get stuff done, trimmed up and stuff really. So it was obviously, I'm not sure if somebody mentioned it to them actually that they would donate money if they got it done. I think that might have been behind it, so I think I'm really hoping to make a move.
So you both lost your moustaches that you had last week?
Yes, it's now December the 1st, so officially it was over.
I knew they had done that as well last night, so I thought I'm not coming in today, because we were planning on keeping it for the match today, but when they had got that done I thought, no, I'll just look about half the second best, so they left them to it.
So the Supporters Association, we've got to narrow it down to 3 guys with the beards and moustaches, so what 3 do you think we should nominate?
For best?
For the best 3?
You've probably got them 2.
Nah,
depends, because there's a couple of creepy looking guys as well. Rory Bolden, I don't know if he's been in any pictures, he looks a bit, he looks like a trucker. Lee Johnson's got a kind of funny thing happening as well, with a moustache on his chin for some reason. So maybe them 3.
Okay guys, so for both of you, finally, serious question, who's been the biggest influence in your careers? You can say your fathers if you want, but you know.
I'll let James go.
I would probably say my dad, even just when I was young, he even sent me a text this morning, just kind of wish me all the best, tell me to stand up, don't dive in, organise, just because obviously he was a player when he was younger, and he always, and he's changed jobs as well, so he doesn't come to as many games as he used to. And as I say, it's always your harshest critic, usually your dad and that as well when he comes to the games. As I say, all the managers that have played under, even just some of the players and stuff have had an influence, like Jimmy Clark especially when I was younger here. Alan Robertson bringing us through the youth, so there's a lot of people, but the biggest you would say has been a constant throughout my career has been my dad.
Okay. I would say, I'd kind of generalise it more, just like kind of family. When I was young, like my mum and dad didn't have a car, and my brother would run me everywhere to games and to training and things like that, and my other brother would have me at the back door as well, playing sometimes, and helping me that way. And so but my family, I would say as a whole, that kind of were right behind me from the off, and probably them, I would say.
Sorry, one more question. Who's the biggest moaner you've ever played with? Because somebody said something about someone in this room last week about how much they moan. In fact, they used the word crab it about them.
Is that me talking about Hooky?
No.
James is right up there, to be fair.
Well, that was what we were told last week.
He's right up there, but to be fair, when I think back of the years as well, like Gus and Kevin McGowan, they could moan for Scotland, so I think Fow being a kind of right back sort of thing, he's really moulded himself on Gus a bit, I think, and I took that into his game. But I think it bodes well for James, I think, because Gus has got on to be a manager and do reasonably well, so there could be something in that.
That was the same as well when I was younger, coming through. Gus was here obviously, and Kevin McGowan put the scare of life out of you as well when you were a young boy and barking out orders, and you wouldn't get away with anything, especially when you were in the YT and you were doing their boots, or whereas that's changed as well. The young boys now are
we do their boots now.
It's like we're the first team players and we're the ones getting stuff for them, so I would say I'm maybe up there in terms of that, but I don't think I'm the worst that I've came across.
Right guys, thanks very much, that was great.
Well, cheers.